Okay, it's still April 30th for a little tiny bit, a little while more. Uh, and it's the GANOOZE special. I'm still tired, but not as tired edition. Alright, well, first in the news, I'll go right to the big story. Ling Ling, that Japanese-Chinese panda. You know, it's in Japan, it's been, but it's a Chinese giant panda. It's dead. That's right. It's finally dead. After 22 years of being in the news every fucking day, Ling Ling is finally croaked. It's looking pretty old too. I saw a picture of it. Looked kind of looked like a grizzly bear or something. Didn't look so pandy anymore. So anyway, kind of sad for Japan. They don't have no pandas no more. So they're going to ask the Chinese to give them some more pandas. So you know, sad for people who like pandas. I'm just kind of sick of pandas, to tell you the truth. Just had my fill of pandas. Alright, so now we'll go back to the regular news. The top on the list is all this economic crap. Yeah, the Fed did the interest rate thing again, so it's dropped it down to like 2% prime rate. It says it'll probably be the last cut for a while, as foreclosures double. And yes, the housing prices are going down. And everything's crumbling. Consumer confidence is down some more. And so anyway, it's kind of funny because you get the guy, the head of the Treasury guy, this Polson or whoever the hell he is, he says time isn't right for another stimulus package. Well, they haven't quite sent out all the checks yet for the first stimulus package. Kind of silly to be talking about a second one. And it's all borrowed money. It's a bad idea that borrowed money is what's got us into this mess. The fuckers just don't get it. Alright, in the back to the stupid news. It really isn't news. They did find this like 1,000-pound colossal squid. Now, there's all these different kinds of squids in the world apparently, and these colossal ones, they're kind of Arctic, you know, very cold water, and get very big. There are these things called giant squids, which ain't quite colossal, and they hang around New Zealand. But anyway, they did catch this colossal one like last year. They froze it, these fishermen guys. Apparently they netted it accidentally while they're catching some kind of fish that they rename when they sell them. So I can't remember, there's some sort of, I don't know what the hell, teeth fish or something. I don't know what the fuck they were. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. So they de-thawed the guy finally and did autopsy to find out all kinds of interesting giant squid facts. And it was a male, but they had to do genetic tests to find that out, so I guess they have some small penises. But anyway, it had a big giant eye, biggest eyeball in the world so far. So apparently it had the biggest eyeball so far in the world, like a basketball-sized eyeball. And I guess that's about all the news there is. So just gotta remember the difference. Colossal squid is different than a giant squid. Jeez, I hate having to learn all this stuff. Just do the news. But I do it for you. Anyway, polar bears. Okay, hey, could be on the threatened species list, but gotta wait for the Bush administration to make that decision. I guess they're kind of scared to do it. But a federal court says it ain't our job to tell you what the fuck should be on the damn list. And but you know, yeah, they should be on just because they're having a hard time. I mean, if they ain't totally threatened, they ought to just put them on the list just because they're having a hard time. It's hard being a polar bear nowadays. Global warming and all, you know. Alright, birds and T-Rexes. So now they're verifying all the time. Apparently found some kind of not flesh but not bone kind of junk on a T-Rex skeleton, and it verified. I guess they found enough, I don't know what they found, enough DNA kind of like material. I mean, it's not really DNA, but it could be kind of DNA stuff. But anyway, they found enough of it to say that yes, they're related to birds. So birds probably came from these dinosaurs, so you know, like chickens and ostriches. But you know, people already knew that pretty much. Alright, BP and Shell oil had the soaring profits. You know, big money for the oil companies on the oil prices. Oil prices did come down a little bit though, because our stockpiles are growing. Apparently consumers are using a little bit less, but by the time summer hits, that's all going to be gone. So they'll find an excuse to get gas up to $4, no doubt. Alright, they have this new test for DNA, but you know, it's like a replacement for a DNA test, like for criminals and stuff. It's not exactly a replacement, but it allows them to do like a 2-hour test in the field that's pretty accurate, and it goes by antibodies rather than the actual DNA, because we all have our own antibodies genetically. And so it just seems kind of promising, but unfortunately it's a private corporation that developed this thing, so, you know, of course they'll be overcharging for it for the next decade or two. So unfortunately it probably won't be used as much as it should be, just because it's going to be damn expensive. Alright, Iraq. Yeah, there's a couple Iraqi stories, and we were doing this Sadr City offensive thing. We had to sort of back out of that a little bit because, you know, a lot of bullets are flying around, and apparently we've killed some, you know, thousands of citizens this year in Iraq. That's the official toll, which is pretty bad. Well, people in Iraq, you know, but who knows? You know, you hear these stories, you know, people see people carrying babies and kids out of these blown up buildings. So there's no doubt we're doing some mayheming. April was, you know, the highest death toll for Americans in a few months, I guess since last August. So not good. All right, the sex stories. We got both this one in Austria, and we got this crazy Mormon stuff. So, you know, the Mormon one, you know, one of the girls of unknown age, you know, 13, 14, whatever. She did have her baby, and she had a boy. And then there was also a related story that maybe they're investigating to see whether the boys were also sexually abused in the compound. I was wondering what the hell they were doing. I mean, you know, it seems like boys wouldn't be very valuable. They probably like tied them up in the yard or something. But who knows? Maybe they had a temple for that too. And then this Austria story is just so fucked up, you know, with these people kidnap, you know, the woman in the basement, and the daughter of the daughter is, you know, sick and goes to the hospital, but then she's in a coma and we don't even know what the hell she's got. And they're saying, how could people live 20 years in a basement and not do anything to get out? One of the kids was like 18, and then they let this guy adopt kids. He adopted 3, and you know, he had a previous record for rape and some other kind of offense, and it's like, you know, fucked up country. He sponged his record. I don't think he should be expunging attempted rape charges. But whatever. It's a really fucked up story. You're just wondering why, you know, is this bogus or something? Because it just doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound plausible. But, and who knows? People are crazy. They prove it all the time. Anyway, back to the Iraqi thing. Yeah, today, you know, coming up is the anniversary of mission accomplished over there in Iraq. So yeah, it's been 5 years since we successfully invaded Iraq and restored democracy and saved the world from terrorism. Yeah. And the White House is still contending that sign was meant for the sailors on the boat. Yeah, right. The president's coming to visit, and you put up a sign to the sailors on their own boat, telling them mission accomplished because their mission as boat sailors was accomplished. I mean, it's kind of a bogus story, huh? Microsoft is talking, you know, internally, the directors and such, about increasing their bid for Yahoo, you know, so they're thinking of going higher than 41.9 million. So it's like let's see how much money we can actually throw away. Let's see if we can actually, maybe we'll throw it in the toilet, directly into the toilet instead, you know, but maybe we'll burn it first and then throw it in the toilet. It seems a preposterous. I mean, it's a laughable amount of money. They just ought to just withdraw their 41.9 billion, watch the stock drop, you know, 50%, and then just say, yeah, we'll give you 39 billion, assholes. And if you fuck us again, we'll give you 38 billion. Well, whatever. There's apparently some kind of court action between Craigslist and eBay. And I always thought it was kind of shitty. I mean, I found out a couple of years ago that Craigslist, at 28% or so, was owned by eBay. You know, that they bought a share in the company from one of the original founders of the company. And I just thought that was so fucking tacky. You know, eBay owning a site that didn't charge and all that other crap. And so it just always seemed kind of a slimy relationship. And so I don't know what they're in court because apparently they violated each other's agreements or some other kind of bullshit. But it just seems bullshit for eBay to own a piece of a company that would be its direct competition. It seems very Microsoft of them. And I think that's it. Yeah, I covered the old Ling Ling, so say a little silent moment of silence. How about maybe like 10 minutes of silence? A half hour of silence in memory of Ling Ling. Hey, look at that, I got some extra time, so I think I'll just kill it here. Kill some extra time. and report on some other news in the news, which is my cat farted today. Yeah, farted. It happens sometimes. You just say, "What the hell was that?" And it it happens. And so that's it. That's the local news. That's not my cat, actually. It's a homeless cat. But there was a raccoon today, and I scared it up a tree. So that's some more news. So there's 2 bonus news stories for free. So till next time.